Hey, hey, hey. Happy days, happy days. How are you? Hashtag life. Day 83, I believe. Always forget. Either way, it's all good. We're in the 80s. Oh, wow. So 80 days into this year. It's fast approaching, huh? Fast moving life, fast paced. How's your year? You still sticking to your resolutions? What's your insight today? Have you had an epiphany? If you have, please share it. Stick it in the comment box. Let me know what it is. I always want to learn from other people, and I'll give you the insight I've had today. What's the next big thing you want to learn? The next big thing I want to learn, Mitch, how are you, mate? The next big thing I want to learn is how to deliver and bring to you, if you're interested in this, a radical one-day seminar that's going to create a radical positive shift in your life and create an upward spiral of positive events. That's the next thing I want to be able to nail to you. So if you're interested in that, type interested. But that's something I'll be working on. Stay tuned for that. Yesterday we talked about how to lose fat fast. Really interesting. I'd love you to get that information, so check out that video. And the day before we talked about the #1 figure that can benefit you massively. Check that video out as well. Really worth watching. Today I want you to consider this. Do you think you could be a MOODment Specialist? A MOODment Specialist. What the hell is that? So a MOODment Specialist is a term I come up with today, I thought of today, while with a friend having an amazing meeting. Hi, Sarah. Good to hear. Thank you. I'll keep you informed about that. Stay tuned. So a MOODment Specialist is someone who chooses the mood. They can affect their mood and decide, this is the mood I want to be in, this is the mood I enjoy most, and this is the mood I'm going to have today, rather than being at the whim of our moods. Now, you know, some people might think that's not possible, but do you think it's possible to affect your mood? Do you think it's possible to affect your state, your personal state? Some would argue no. I do. I think it is, and I think it's possible because of personal experience. I used to have stinking thinking, and I know that stinking thinking basically impacted and affected my experience, my daily experience. So for me, this is totally possible. I had a conversation with someone on Facebook, and they were saying we should not try to affect and cannot affect our emotional state, which I disagree with. I think that particularly if we're happy, we don't want to mess with it. We don't need to, right? But if we're unhappy, not that we should reject anything negative that happens. We should accept it. We should understand and learn from it. But I think we should have some positive tools in place, some positive actions to take, or some positive things to do that we don't get stuck. That's the real gist of what I want to get across. We don't get stuck in that bad mood. There was someone in a real bad mood this morning in the gym, and I said to their friend, why are they in a bad mood? They said, oh, I don't know. You know when you just wake up in a bad mood? And they were still walking around, and they must have been up 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. I'm thinking, you're still in a bad mood? Is you going to let, like, you woke up and had a bad thought and you're in a bad mood and that's going to be your thing for the whole day? You know, I was born in a bad mood? No, I don't agree with that. So, hi, Alicia. So, I think there's certain specific things we can do, techniques, Claudette, good to see you, certain specific things that we can do, techniques that can directly impact our mood. We can put our hands on the control of our mood. And wouldn't that be useful? Kelly, good to see you. So I used to have stinking thinking. What did I do to change that? What have I done to improve my mood, boost my mood? And how's that impacted my life? Have you had the same experience? Do you think more positively now than you did a week, a month, a year ago? Do you? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes, pop it in. You know, do you? And how did you do that? Is that something that you just practiced? We talked about muscle thoughts before. So maybe the brain actually in neuroscience is something like a groove. So if you think the same thing, it creates what's similar to a groove in the brain, like water shaped stone. It doesn't happen with one drop. It doesn't happen with 2. It doesn't happen with 1,000, right? But you slowly grind that groove into the stone, the water into the groove. Water putting the groove in the stone. And it's the same with your thoughts in your brain. Now you can get a muscle thought, and that's how we create it. A path once trodden is more easily revisited. So if you think of long grass, right, loads of long grass, and an elephant walks through that long grass, you'll see the path that the elephant took. Now, which path, if you're thinking I'm going to go through that grass, where are you going to go? You're going to go down the path that's already been trod. Now, that's the same thing with our thoughts. Thank you, Alicia, for sharing. Appreciate that. Sharing is caring. Kate, welcome aboard. Good to talk earlier. Give me a share if I'm saying something that resonates with you or you think could help you or someone you know. Please share. Sharing is caring. Lets me know I'm on track as well. So, to sit in a bad state, I think we need to notice it. We need to acknowledge it. We need to understand why we're feeling that. I think that's important, but not to get stuck there. I don't think that we're completely powerless. I think we have a lot more power than what we think. And as we go through our lives, we should enhance our ability to affect our lives in a positive way. Do you agree? Right, so here's one reason why I think that we can affect our emotional state and how we can affect our emotional state. Your gut. Now I'm going to go back to health, because I always do. And I think that's at the core. Happiness at the core, and the health is at the core. If we don't have happiness, can't be healthy. If we don't have healthy, we can't be so on, right? So I think it's all at the core. So you have around 100 trillion, maybe more. They still haven't pinpointed how many. 100 trillion microorganisms in your gut. That's a good thing. Don't worry, right? So the bulk of your immune system is also in your gut. If you get an upset stomach, your immune system goes as well. 90% of serotonin, so the happy hormone, is in your gut. It's made in your gut, 90%. Do you think if you affect those microorganisms, your immune system, the production of serotonin in your gut, do you think that would affect your mood? Obvious, right? So it affects your mood. Now, if it goes way out of balance, it's been shown, particularly with serotonin, because it's the happy hormone, we can get depressed. Now, if we can keep our gut healthy and we can improve the microbiome of our gut, if we can improve the serotonin production in our body, do you think that's going to give us more of a better mood? Now I'm going to develop this in one moment. Stay with me. So it's a series of events that can go on, right? And if we can lift each experience. So Jim Rohn said that life is a series of experiences. A series of experiences, right? So if we can do something that makes one experience a little bit happier, and then another one a little bit happier, and then another one, do you think that's going to affect how you look back on your life? And you think, hey, I had quite a happy life. And what the hell? Why not? Why not? I get a bit passionate about this. But you know what I'm saying? So here's how we, one way alone I've given you, looking at the gut, how we can directly impact our mood in a positive way, if you so choose. If you're in an amazing mood, perfect. Just enjoy that. Just smile and enjoy it. But if you're in a bad mood, dodgy mood, if you've got low energy, if you're thinking, I don't know how to break this. I've been stuck in it for a day and it keeps coming back. I'm all right for a day and then it comes back for 2 days. I'm going to give you some things that you can do to impact that, break that habit, break that, whatever's going on, because it might not be a physical habit you're doing in a sense. Indirectly, it's going to be related, but it might not be. It might be a pattern in your body. It might be chemistry. It might be the balance of microbiome in your gut. And once you get to a certain level, once your vitamin and mineral levels get to a certain level of depletion, you cannot raise them up back to optimal with a maintenance dose of anything. You need a big tsunami wave load of the correct vitamin or mineral and actions. Does that make sense, right? So we need to do certain things, and we can do certain things to make ourselves happier. So, to finish, I'm going to finish off today, right? So I know that you can be a MOODment specialist, a MOODment specialist, meaning you meant the mood you're in. You mean the mood you're in. Like, how do I generate more passion and emotion for these videos? Because we had the distinction, I hope you was on that video as well, we had the distinction that to master something, you need conscious competence, emotion, and repetition. Well, I thought, remember, if you was there, you'll hear me say it again. If you weren't, and I'm delivering it to you the first time, if you remember where you were on 9/11, because it's so emotional. Anything happened, the birth of your first child, second child, whatever, all of your children, the death of someone, all them's emotion. You remember everything about it. So if I bring more emotion to the videos, it helps the information stick in your mind. And that's what it's all about, stacking solutions for you. So you have a number of tools at hand that can help you create a happier experience in your life. If life is a series of experiences and we can make each one happier, then we have a happy life. And that's what it's all about, in my opinion. The real center of it all is happiness. Happiness, what do? I give, the core is happiness. And what do? The outer circle of that, or the middle circle, is for me, I give tips and tricks and techniques even that help with generating happiness and generating health. I'm a personal trainer, I'm a health wealth strategist, and I'm a coach. So that's the circle fulfilled. That's the title of what I do. All right, so what's the 4 ways? Let me give you 4 ways to finish how you can directly place your hands on the controls of your mood and become a MOODment specialist. Number 1 is health. Now, I'm not going to elaborate on all of these. We'll go over these over time. So number one is health. I've touched on that, about the health of your gut. And all the other videos that I've done is 83 now. Check them out, and I'm dropping little nuggets of information in there as much as I can give you of each one. So I want to get it all through, get it all clear. So health is number one, right? Number two is brain train. Now, I've talked about this a lot. Now, it's really important you catch your mind in the morning. Remember the example I gave of the person in the gym today? They decided first thing in the morning, I'm in a terrible mood, or something happened that someone pissed them off and they thought, oh, I'm in a bad mood for the rest of the day. Not a good decision, I think. So brain train, we have control of our brain, and we do that with practice and repetition. Exercise, we know that when we exercise, we increase endorphins, and you can feel better from exercising, no doubt. There's no doubt about that. Let me get out of the car. Oh. We're out and about in London town. Where have I put my keys? So, exercise that was 3. Number 3 is exercise. Number 4 is supplementation. So let me give you an example on that. There's loads of things we can do around that, and it's specific to each individual, what you need and how much you need, right? But number 1 is, let's talk about the gut. Maybe probiotics. Maybe you need a bout of probiotics. You bring up your gut health, your microbiome health, the environment in your gut, and that affects your serotonin, that affects your mood, that affects your immune system, and so on and so forth. The stronger your immune system, the stronger you'll be physically in the gym or in your everyday life. That's a fact as well. Try and not get run over. Now, there's a number of other supplements you could take alongside that. Maybe you could take some prebiotic foods that feed the probiotics in your gut. Now, fiber's an easy one about that. I'll do a post about that another time, but that's a simple one that you can take on. We'll talk about that another time. So, that's the four things, right? Health, brain train, exercise, supplementation. 4 simple steps you can take to become a MOODment specialist. Now, what should you do next? First step you should take is go to my website, shapetrainer.co.uk, and take the Lens Health Questionnaire. That will give you a direct purpose, or which area to focus on most. So lifestyle, exercise, nutrition, supplementation, and that will help you get access to the controls of your mood, become a MOODment specialist. Take that today, and I'll get that free information to you within the next 24 hours. That's the Lens Health Questionnaire at shapetrainer.co.uk on the homepage. Grab the free ebook on there, 100 health foods as well while you're there. All right, amazing. Do me one more favor, just type in, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching as a recording, type in the number 1 thing you got out of this video today. Just pop it in the comment box for me. Give me a thumbs up, give me a share as well. Let's get this information out, bring some more people to the party, and invite a couple of friends tomorrow, 6 p.m. Invite them along. It's Mother's Day. We'll do a Mother's Day special in the UK. Is it the same in the US? I don't know. Or in Canada, wherever we are. Nigeria, wherever you are. All right, have an amazing evening and morning or afternoon, wherever you are. And take great care of yourself and everyone around you. And I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. And remember, happy is a skill that you can learn. And this is a better way to bring out your personal best. Let's go get some health wealth. Let's take the world with us and become a MOODment specialist. See you soon, guys. Have an amazing evening.